morning, dear students. I am Ms. Navida Sheikh from Brahan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika MCGM virtual class. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's session, we'll be learning something new and interesting from a science textbook. So let's get started. Good morning, dear students. I am Mrs. Navida Sheikh. I welcome all my dear students to another and interesting session. In today's class, we'll be learning a very interesting chapter that we started last week, that is life processes and living organism. This is part 2 of this chapter. We have already discussed about what are the few life processes that we'll be discussing in this chapter. We have learned about transportation of food and water in plants and how it is done. If you want to see that, please do go and watch part 1 of this chapter. And we also learned about excretion in humans and in plants both. Okay, so that is also there in part 1. And today in this chapter, we'll be learning the next part, and that is also very interesting. So let's get started with something new and interesting. Alright, so in today's class, we'll be learning about coordination. You must have bitten your own finger while chewing food, or you must have bitten your tongue by mistake while talking or while eating. Now, why does it happen? Or sometimes when you are eating and you tend to talk, you get choked. Why? Now, that all things are related to coordination. There are several different organ systems in your body which are functioning so that your entire body is functioning properly and you are alive and you're doing all the things properly. ठीक है, वो क्यों हो रहा है? बिकॉज हमारे अंदर के जो सिस्टम्स है वो सही तरीके से काम कर रहे हैं. Their life goes on smoothly if there is coordination between the different organ system or organs and the stimuli in the surrounding. हम लोग जब breathe करते हैं, when you are breathing in, if your lungs, if your respiratory system is working properly, that means you're getting oxygen in your blood. Now your circulatory system also needs to function properly simultaneously so that it can carry that blood to your cells. एट द सेम टाइम हमारा जो डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम है उससे भी सही तरीके से फंक्शन करना ज़रूरी है ताकि जो खाना खा रहे हैं दैट हैज़ टू बी अब्जॉर्ब एंड न्यूट्रिएंट्स नीड्स टू बी अब्जॉर्ब एंड गिवन इट टू द डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ द सेल. अब ये ब्लड ही कैरी करेगा दोनों चीज़ एंड इफ दिस इज गोइंग ऑन स्मूथली देन एवरीथिंग इन योर बॉडी इज ऑल्सो गोइंग ऑन स्मूथली. ओके, तो हमारी बॉडी के अंदर नर्वस सिस्टम है, यू हैव रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम, यू हैव एक्सक्रीटरी सिस्टम, you have digestive system, you have reproductive system, you have nervous system, skeletal system. So many different systems are there in your body and each of it is very important. ठीक है, हर एक organ system सही तरीके से काम करेगा और सबके बीच में proper coordination रहेगा तो ही आपका function life हमारी smoothly चलती है. ठीक है, you have to remember this. Depending upon this, we can say that the systematic regulation of different processes can be called as control and bringing about the different processes in the proper sequence. हर एक को proper sequence में जब हमारे processes चलते हैं उसे हम लोग कहते हैं coordination. ठीक है? If any activity in the body is to be completed successfully, proper coordination between different systems and organs participating at different steps of the activity is necessary. ठीक है, हमारे ऑर्गन सिस्टम्स के अंदर भी डिफरेंट ऑर्गन्स होते हैं जिन्हें सही तरीके से सही काम करना जरूरी होता है. इफ ड्यू टू लैक ऑफ कोऑर्डिनेशन और सम अदर फैक्टर्स देयर इज कंफ्यूजन at any step, the activity may not get completed. There should not be any randomness at any step. There needs to be proper coordination between internal activities of the body resulting various factors like body temperature, water level, enzyme levels, etc. or stimuli arising in the surrounding environment. Proper coordination between various systems of an organism helps to maintain a state of equilibrium called homeostasis, which is necessary for the optimal efficiency of the body. Now, a very simple example that I would give you is if your body is not functioning properly and if it is not able to adjust the temperature of the body to the surrounding, that time what do you feel? You feel shivering. या फिर अगर वहाँ पे ठंडी होगी तो हम लोग को ठंड लगती है, अगर गर्मी होती है तो हमें पसीना निकलता है. ये क्यों हो रहा है? बिकॉज हमारी बॉडी बाहर के एनवायरनमेंट से हमारी बॉडी के अंदर एक लेवल मेंटेन करने की कोशिश कर रही है. सेम वे इन योर बॉडी ऑल्सो देर आर डिफरेंट ऑर्गन्स विच ट्राई टू मेंटेन एन इक्विलिब्रियम, तो ताकि आपका काम, हमारी बॉडी ऑप्टिमल एफिशिएंसी से काम कर सके. ठीक है. सो इट हैज, ईच एंड एवरी ऑर्गन हैज टू फंक्शन प्रॉपरली एंड इन अ प्रॉपर ऑर्डर. ऐसे नहीं है कि कोई भी ऑर्गन किसी भी टाइम पे काम कर सकता है. हर ऑर्गन का एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम है काम करने का और उस हिसाब से वो काम करता है. दैट इज द रीजन you have a perfectly healthy body and you feel good, and then you can do your all the activities properly. Let us talk about coordination in plants. Now, plants do not have muscles like us. Do they have muscles? They cannot move around, right? They do not have nervous system or muscular systems like that of animals. Then how do the plants bring about movements? In plants, movements are mainly in the form of responses given to the stimuli. Stimuli means अगर एक action हम लोग किसी चीज के ऊपर करते हैं तो उससे क्या reaction मिलता है, उससे क्या response मिल रहा है, उसे कहते हैं. ठीक है. If there are various plants and they do various activities, that helps us to understand कि ये एक तरीके का coordination है plants के अंदर. If you plant a tree, any plant, कोई भी झाड़ आप लोग अगर लगा दोगे ना, if you keep it outside the house, you will always find the leaves are growing towards the sun. हमारा प्लांट हमेशा सूरज की तरफ झुका हुआ दिखता है. कोई भी प्लांट ले लो, जरूरी नहीं है कि सनफ्लावर ही हो, एनी प्लांट, उसके जो लीव्स है, उसका जो ब्रांच है, वो स्लाइटली प्लांट हमारी सन की तरफ ही बेंट होता है, या फिर उसके जो लीव्स है वो ज्यादातर उसी तरफ उगते हैं. This is showing one type of a coordination plant because plants require sunlight, right, for preparing their food, and that light is very essential. और वो लाइट absorb करने के लिए वो प्लांट अपने हिसाब से उस तरफ झुकने लग जाता है ताकि उसे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लाइट मिले. सेम वे, if you have seen, if you have potted a plant, suppose अगर वो गिर जाता है, तो in this picture you can see कि जो roots है ना, भले वो pot टेढ़ा है, but you will find the roots will be growing towards the soil because उसका function क्या है, soil को absorb करना, पानी को absorb करना from the soil. So you will always find the roots growing downwards because they can absorb, they know where is water. पानी कहीं पर भी रखो, वो roots automatically उनके अंदर sense होती है ताकि they can go and absorb that water. ठीक है. They try to reach out for water, and whereas when you talk about leaf, they try to reach out for sunlight, so they will grow towards the sun. Okay. Sometimes there are certain plants like mimosa, okay, that is touch me not plant, उसके leaves को हम हाथ लगाते हैं तो वो उसकी leaves close हो जाती है. These are also few examples of coordination in plants. Now here you have seen that there are movement of or growth of any part of the plant in response to an external stimuli is called tropism or tropic movement. ठीक है. हम लोग response to stimuli पढ़ चुके हैं, and the plant, if it is showing any response to the external stimuli, then it is called as tropic movement. The shoot system of any plant responds to the light stimulus, that is, it grows towards the source of light. The movement shown by a plant towards the source of light is called as phototrophic movement. ठीक है. Here in the second picture you can see the plant is showing movement towards the sun, and that is called as phototrophic movement. The root system of plant responds to stimuli like gravitation and water. This response are called as gravitrophic movement. ठीक है. Roots कभी भी roots किस तरफ grow होते हैं? They will grow towards the soil. ठीक है. That is one more example of gravitation. Gravitation की वजह से भी roots नीचे की तरफ pull होते हैं, and that is called as gravitrophic movement and hydrotrophic movement respectively. ग्रेविटेशन की वजह से जब मूवमेंट होती है तो वो ग्रेविट्रोफिक मूवमेंट है, और अगर वाटर की वजह से हो रही है, वाटर ऑब्जॉर्ब करने के लिए हो रही है, तो उसे हम लोग कहते हैं हाइड्रोट्रोफिक मूवमेंट. Movement shown by plants in response to specific chemicals is called as chemotrophic movement. For example, the growth of the pollen tube towards the ovule. Once fertilization, as soon as the pollen enters inside, you will notice that there is a pollen, the growth of the pollen tube happens towards the ovule. Ovule की तरफ ही वो बराबर जाता है. Why? Because of the chemical which is present inside the ovary. All the above mentioned movement of plants are related with growth. Hence, all such movements are collectively called growth relevant movement. अब ये सारी चीजें प्लांट की ग्रोथ में हेल्प करती है. Yes or no? There are tendrils also. Remember this tendrils का is a very simple example. अगर हमारे घर में तुरई है या करेला है, all these are creepers. ठीक है, ये plants को किसी भी चीज की support की जरूरत होती है. They automatically have these tendrils which will try to catch hold of the any branch or any support which is there. ठीक है, तो ये ऑटोमेटिकली हो रहा है उनके अंदर एंड दैट इज ऑल्सो ट्रिग्मोट्रॉफिक रिस्पॉन्स विच इज कॉल्ड. ओके, ये सब हेल्प करता है प्लांट्स को बढ़ने में, ग्रोथ के लिए. सो दैट इज व्हाई दीज आर ऑल ग्रोथ रेलिवेंट मूवमेंट. प्लांट की ग्रोथ में हेल्प करता है तो ग्रोथ रेलिवेंट मूवमेंट्स है ये. Tendrils of climbers are sensitive to touch. Okay, as I told you previously also, tendrils are very sensitive to touch, and a hormone called auxin produced in the apical part, apical मतलब ऊपर की part की तरफ plant के, of the shoot helps in enlargement of cells. Hormones like gibberellin helps in stem elongation and cytokinins help in cell division. We have learned about different hormones right here in this chapter. These hormones are important to remember. There are three hormones that we have talked about: auxin, gibberellins and cytokinins. Auxins are used in the enlargement of the cells. जो हमारा जो plant ऊपर की तरफ बढ़ता है वो auxins की वजह से बढ़ रहा है. Hormones like gibberellins help in the stem elongation. Stem को लंबा करने में वो help करता है. और cytokinin क्यों help कर रहा है? सेल डिवीजन के लिए. मीन्स सेल्स हमारा जो प्लांट अगर बढ़ता जा रहा है, ठीक है, ब्रॉड होता जा रहा है, बढ़ता जा रहा है, दैट इज डन बिकॉज ऑफ द हार्मोन कॉल्ड एज साइटोकाइनेस. The hormones abscisic acid is effective in prevention and retardation of growth, leaf wilting, etc. ठीक है, तो अगर ये एक और एक हार्मोन लाइक द abscisic acid is important for prevention of growth retardament. अगर हमारा प्लांट अच्छा बढ़ रहा है मतलब उसके अंदर ये हार्मोन is present and it doesn't allow the plant to be retarded of growth. ठीक है. On careful observation, it is seen that in plants like touch-me-not, if you see this plant touch-me-not, that is mimosa, movement also occurs at the place other than where it has been touched. Hence, we can infer that the information about the touch must have been relayed within the plant from one place to another. ठीक है, अगर हम लोग लीफ का एक आगे का ही हिस्सा टच करते हैं ना, तो भी पीछे की सारी लीव्स बंद होती चली जाती है. मीन्स ये जो रिस्पॉन्स है ये आगे से पीछे की तरफ पहुंच रहा है ना. तो दैट मीन्स के ये टच क्या हो रहा है, इंफॉर्मेशन आगे चलती जा रही है विद इन द प्लांट. Plant use electrochemical impulses for transfer of information from one place to another. Plant cells change their shape by increasing or decreasing their water content and thereby bring about the movement of plants. Okay, so some specific movements of plants. Now here in this example of touch me not plant, अगर हम लोग इसकी movement के बारे में बात करेंगे, so this movement is not helping the plant in growing, है ना, ये इसे ग्रोथ के लिए हेल्प नहीं कर रहा. तो इस तरीके की जो मूवमेंट है इट इज कॉल्ड एज ग्रोथ इररेलेवेंट मूवमेंट. व्हाट इज इट कॉल्ड? इट इज कॉल्ड एज ग्रोथ इररेलेवेंट मूवमेंट. एज अ रिस्पॉन्स टू चेंज इन द सराउंडिंग्स, प्लांट्स हार्मोन ब्रिंग अबाउट वेरियस मूवमेंट्स इन प्लांट. ठीक है, सो प्लांट की जो हॉर्मोन्स हैं वो भी important रोल प्ले करते हैं in the growth of the plant. As I told you in the previous slide also, you have seen bud auxin, gibberellins, cytokinins, right? In the plant called Venus flytrap, there is a trap that appears and smells like flower and deceives insects. We have learned about different types of insectivorous plants. Yes or no? हम लोगों ने पढ़े हैं insectivorous plants के बारे में. The plants that have specialized organs to attract um, the insects, and these insects get attracted towards these nectars produced by the plants, and the plants have the capability of digesting these insects. Okay, So the Venus flytrap is also one of the example of showing you the movement in plant of coordination. Yes or no? क्योंकि जैसे ही वहां पर senses होते हैं, ठीक है, there are spikes which are there in this Venus flytrap. As soon as the insect touches those part, the Venus flytrap closes. Okay, it traps the insect inside it. तो ये जो movement हो रही है ना इसके अंदर, तो क्यों हो रही है? Because of the coordination that is happening in the plant. Okay, and when an insect visits the flower like trap, the trap closes up and the trapped insect is digested by the plant. The lotus flower opens during daytime while that of the tuberose opens at night. See, we all have seen these examples of the various plants जो सुबह के टाइम पे खिलते हैं, कुछ रात के टाइम पे खिलते हैं. So these are all flowers which are responding based on the light. ठीक है, तो हम लोग को पता होता है कि लाइट कब है आ रही है, कब नहीं है, कब दिन है, कब रात है. दैट मीन्स दे हैव अ प्रॉपर कोऑर्डिनेशन happening inside them as well. Fibrils present on the leaf of the insectivorous plant. So fibrils present on the leaves of the insectivorous plants like Drosera bend inwards as soon as an insect land on the leaves and surround the insect from all the sides. In balsam, the ripened fruit dehiscence, that is burst opens at the right time to disperse the seeds. ठीक है, तो all these examples that we have seen, whether touch me not plant or Venus flytrap, a lotus plant, a balsam plant. Now balsam is a plant which bears fruit and has seeds in them. तो ये naturally अपने आप से इसका जो fruit है वो burst open होता है. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं कि वो fruit जमीन पे गिरता है, उसका fruit अपने आप से खुलता है और उसके अंदर से जो seeds है वो बाहर की तरफ गिर जाती है with the help of the wind or insects. Okay, and the balsam can then grow. Okay, so this is how the processes goes on because of the proper coordination that is happening between the plant and the surrounding. ठीक है, now we move on to a very interesting part that is related to our body, and that is coordination in human beings. We've all seen how plants respond to things, and even humans respond in that way, but in a much advanced way because we have specialized mechanism for coordination in us, right? As you watch the match being played on your school ground, you will see the control and coordination among the movements of the players. Now, if you make a list of all such different actions, you will have a long list. Okay, I'll give you a few examples of that. When there's a batsman and there's a bowler and there are fielders and there's an umpire, right? You have audience also. So when you have a bowler running towards the batsman, you will notice that the body language of the batsman has changed. Once the bowler bowls the ball, you will find the batsman will hit the ball. As soon as the bat touches the ball, you will find the fielders moving here and there. And if there is a tendency to have a catch, the fielder would automatically catch it. अब ये सारी चीजें हम लोगों को बोलनी नहीं पड़ रही है, ये ऑटोमेटिकली हो जा रहा है हमसे. ठीक है, because there is a proper coordination that is there in us. Yes or no? Now, based on that, you have your nervous control. Humans can respond to changes in their surrounding due to nervous control. Impulses are generated in the human body in accordance with changes in the surroundings. Nervous control plays the important role of empowering the body cells with ability to respond to these impulses. This ability depends upon the complexity of organization in the organism's body structure. Unicellular animals like amoeba do not have a nervous system क्योंकि वो unicellular है ना, तो उनके अंदर एक स्पेशलाइज्ड मैकेनिज्म नहीं होता, बट उनकी वो सिंपल सी बॉडी के अंदर एक ऑटोमेटिकली इम्पल्स प्रोड्यूस होते हैं. Okay, so that one unicellular organism also has which produces such impulses and responses. However, multicellular animals like humans have a nervous system to respond to the stimuli. Control and coordination is brought about with the help of special type of cells called nerve cells or neurons. So in your body, if you touch something hot, you tend to put it back, put your hand back. Why is it happening? Because you have a nervous system. There are nerves which are controlling your body. कि इसको हम लोगों को हाथ लगाना है नहीं लगाना है। कुछ चीज़ से डर लगती है, कुछ चीज़ों से डर नहीं लगती है। Why is it happening? Because there are nerves in your body which are controlling and which are doing coordination in your body so that all the work is done properly in your body. And this nerves, उसके अंदर का जो सबसे मेन पार्ट है, ठीक है, जो कंट्रोल्स जो हो रही है ना नर्व सेल्स का की वजह से, here we are going to learn more about these nerve cells today. So these nerve cells or neurons, okay, we'll be talking about neurons. We'll not say nerve cells again. We'll be saying neurons. जैसा हम लोगों ने लास्ट पीरियड में पढ़ा था, लास्ट पार्ट ऑफ द चैप्टर वी हैव लर्नड अबाउट किडनीज. किडनीज के अंदर सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट कौन सी थी? नेफ्रॉन्स थे. सेम वे इन योर nervous system you have neurons which are important. Okay, these are special types of cells which conduct impulses from one place to another. कैसे लाइटनिंग ट्रैवल होती है ना ऊपर से नीचे की तरफ, वैसे ही हमारी बॉडी के अंदर ये जो न्यूरॉन्स है ये कैरी करते हैं हमारे सारे मैसेजेस हमारे बॉडी से ब्रेन की तरफ. ओके, प्लेस टू अनदर इन द बॉडी आर कॉल्ड न्यूरॉन्स. न्यूरॉन्स आर द स्ट्रक्चरल एंड फंक्शनल यूनिट ऑफ द नर्वस सिस्टम. तो हमारे नर्वस सिस्टम का फंक्शनल एंड स्ट्रक्चरल यूनिट कौन सा है? न्यूरॉन्स है. नर्व सेल्स द लार्जेस्ट सेल इन द ह्यूमन बॉडी. सबसे ज्यादा बड़ा नर्व सेल होता है हमारी बॉडी का. May it measure up to few meters in length. Nerve cells have the ability to generate and conduct electrochemical impulses. The cell that supports the nerve cell and help in their functioning are called neuroglia. Nerve cells and neuroglia cell together form the nerves. So here you can see neuroglia and neurons, they work together so that the messages from your body can be easily passed on towards the brain, and from the brain it can pass on to your various parts of the body. Okay, so they work as a team in your body in order to pass on and to have a proper coordination in your body. All the information about our surroundings is collected by the ends of the dendrites. Here you can see dendrites, ये जो नीचे roots जैसे दिख रहे हैं वो dendrites हैं हमारे neurons के. The chemical process begins at those ends and electric impulses are generated which are conducted from the dendrites to the cell body. ठीक है, वो dendrites से cell body की तरफ pass on होते हैं. From the cell body to the axon and from the axon to its terminal. These impulses are then to be transferred from this nerve cell to the next. मतलब एक nerve cell दूसरे nerve cell से connected है, तो एक nerve cell से पहले dendrite से वो pass on होता है आगे की तरफ. Okay, so from the dendrite the information passes on to the cell body, and from the cell body to the axon, and from the axon to its terminal, from the terminal to the next dendrite of the nerve neuron. उसके हिसाब से वैसी वैसी वो मैसेज आगे बढ़ता जाता है. Okay, now the impulse that reaches the terminal of an axon stimulates the nerve cell to secrete certain chemicals. These chemicals pass through a minute space called the synapse between two adjacent neurons and generate the impulse in the dendrites of the next neuron. In this way, impulses are conducted in the body, and these impulses are finally conveyed by nerve cells to muscle cells or glands. ठीक है, समझ में आ गया किस तरीके से पास ऑन होता है. Thus, we can say that the nervous system consists of well-organized network of nerves which can conduct information in the form of electrical impulses from one part of the body to other. ठीक है, तो एक न्यूरॉन से दूसरे न्यूरॉन्स के थ्रू किस तरीके से मैसेज पास ऑन होता है? बिकॉज ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रिकल इम्पल्स. ठीक है, ये इलेक्ट्रिकल इम्पल्स के थ्रू ये मैसेजेस पास ऑन होते हैं और हमारे बॉडी में ये इम्पल्सेस हमें हेल्प करते हैं ताकि हम लोग सही तरीके से रिएक्ट कर सके किसी भी स्टिमुलस पर. Let us learn about the types of nerve cells or the neurons. There are three types of nerve cells. First is sensory neurons. Now, sensory neurons conduct impulses from sensory organs to the brain and the spinal cord. Okay? From the sensory organ like your skin, they conduct it to the brain. हमारे brain तक पहुंचाते हैं, and the spinal cord. Motor neurons conduct impulses from the brain से spinal cord की तरफ and to effector organs like muscles or gland. Association neurons perform the function of integration in the nervous system. मतलब हमारे नर्वस सिस्टम को ये दोनों सेंसरी न्यूरॉन्स को कनेक्ट करने के लिए ये इंटर न्यूरॉन्स या फिर एसोसिएशन न्यूरॉन्स हेल्प करता है। ठीक है, तो एक होता है जो हमारे ऑर्गन से ब्रेन की तरफ जा रहा है विद द हेल्प ऑफ द स्पाइनल कॉर्ड। एक होता है जो हमारे मोटर न्यूरॉन्स होते हैं जो हमारे ब्रेन से स्पाइनल कॉर्ड और फिर स्पाइनल कॉर्ड से ऑर्गन्स या मसल्स तक जाते हैं। एंड इन बिटवीन यू हैव द इंटर or the association neurons which are helping on to pass on the message between the two. Okay, so I hope this is clear to all of you. If you like the session, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can share and
This session was quite useful to you. In the next coming period, we'll learn something new and interesting. Till then, thank you.